East side shit. Yeah. It's been cut, throw the smoke. All I know is play quiet.
Bitch from the purge, where the Glocks load up. No lack, a little bitch low up. I was raised in the field with the ring, so what? Use kills to survive in the field, turn up. Bitch from the purge, where the Glocks load up. No lack, a little bitch low up.
Hey, what's good, fam? Salute to everybody this morning, man. It's right nippy out this morning, man. It's on Wednesday, the 25th, the day before Thanksgiving, and hope everybody has a blessed day. And if you have to work today out in this weather, man, make sure you cover up your face, man, because you're gonna get windburn from this cold. But it's supposed to warm up, so you might want to watch out for getting sunburn too. But anyway, I was trying to think of some content that I could make the video on this morning, and it just came to me. It was like, I don't think I've done one on Sanford yet, and Sanford is where I got out from, so I'm gonna do one on Sanford. I don't know if I can get a picture in here or not. I doubt it. Matter of fact, yeah, I can get some pictures in here during editing. I'll put some pictures in. There's a picture of me getting out. That's where I got out from back in 2007 from my first bid. And there ain't really much to say about Sanford, man. It was a real laid-back camp. It was small camp. There probably wasn't but 400 or 500 guys there. It had trees on the yard, so there was a lot of shade. It had a full court basketball court, a volleyball court, and then it had this thing, man, because of the way the buildings were. You had like building here, a building here, and then a building here, and then a building here, like 3 buildings. And then in the middle, there was this crosswalk, and it had like a gazebo right in the middle for the guard to sit. And but there was never a guard in there. It's just like an old little wooden building for a guard to sit in there. I guess if it rains or something, so they can patrol the yard without having to walk around out in the rain. But anyway, like I said, there wasn't much to say about this place, man. I had a good job. I had one of the best jobs that they offer on state for an inmate. I made top dollar for an inmate. I made $1 a day. I made $7 a week, which is top pay. That's top pay, man. If you're out cleaning up trash and you picking up trash on the side of the road, you're making 60 cents a day. Now, I was making $1 a day, even on days I wasn't working. I was making $1 a day, so I was making $7 a week. And my job was basically being a janitor. I was a janitor for this place in Apex, North Carolina called OSDT, which stands for Officer and Staff Development and Training Center. Now, this is where the head of the Department of Corrections has his office there. The admin for the Department of Corrections, their offices are all there. And they also train. Like, you see the physical training that they do on these videos on TV and stuff like that, where they have to do, like, they get trained how to use their billy club and how to use different things and stuff like that. Well, that's what this place taught them. That's what this place was. Every CO in the state of North Carolina had to go through this program, had to go through this place. Now, I forget how long it took them to get their certifications. I want to say 6 weeks. I want to say it was a 6-week program for them, but I'm not sure because I'm not a CO and I wouldn't know that information. I didn't talk to them and ask them or anything like that, because I stay out of their face, man. I try to stay out of their way and keep it moving. But so yeah, it was a cake job, man. All we had to do was go in there, clean up the bathrooms. Was the worst part. The biggest part was cleaning up the bathrooms, and then we had to go into the office area where all the cubicles are, and take out all the trash. Take out the trash from all the shredders and copy machines, and then take out everybody's personal trash out of their own personal cubicles, and put a clean bag back in there, which was that was what everybody wanted to do. And then plus, after you got done with that, taking the trash out, you get all the trash out, you get all that stuff picked up, then you got to take the vacuum cleaner and vacuum the entire cubicle area. And the cubicle area is probably 40 by 40, or maybe even like 60 by 60. It's a big area, but it's a bunch of cubicles in there, and that's where they do the admin for the entire state of North Carolina's Department of Corrections. Now, the perks of having this job, it was a job that everyone on camp wanted. Because if you didn't have this job, you either worked for DOT, Department of Transportation, helping them guys out, or you worked on the road squad somewhere, picking up trash, or you worked in what they would call CWP, which is Community Work Program, which means like if you're ever riding down the road and you see like inmates with weed eaters like cutting down a ditch, that's a community work program inmate. You know what I'm saying? So like my job was in the air conditioning. It was in a new building. We had in the back there, we had a bathroom, our own, with a porcelain toilet. We were sitting riding porcelain, and the door locked, and it was a single bathroom, and we had some porn stashed back there, so you could just go in there and take your time. You ain't had to worry about shit. And also, they had 2 other inmates that came with us, and there was a little snack bar right there in the middle of the rotunda of the building, and there's a snack bar right there. And that the inmates like cooked chicken tenders and French fries and what have you, shit like that. And they would break us off, you know what I'm saying? And they'd have like the biggest thing for me, man, like was getting that chicken from them and getting some packs of Texas Pete hot sauce, man, and being able to smuggle them back into the camp, because that Texas Pete hot sauce will make just about anything you eat taste better, to me anyway. So yeah, being there wasn't that bad. I will tell you some of the things I learned there. Number one, the women's bathroom, and I don't know about how they are everywhere, and I've been, I'm a man, so I go in the men's room. I've seen some men's rooms that was straight torn up, you know what I'm saying? And you can tell it was because somebody went in there and did it on purpose. But these women that worked there and used this bathroom at this one place would destroy this bathroom. I mean, I've seen some of the nastiest shit I have ever seen in my entire life in a bathroom at this place here. I'm talking about, I'm not going to get too graphic with it because I don't want YouTube to pull me off, and plus I don't want to get y'all queasy or anything like that. But man, let me tell you, I remember walking in there one time, and because I had bathroom day, and I just happened to draw the woman's bathroom, and I went in there, and I went in one of them stalls, bro, and the toilet was so stopped up with shit, and it had been stopped up, I'm guessing, by a tampon or something, and it was shit and blood. I mean, all over this whole toilet area. It wasn't smothered all over the walls and onto the door and stuff, but it was all over the whole toilet area. Blood and shit. And in every single stall, it looked like there was some kind of blood or some kind of shit, and it always stunk to high heaven. Like, I don't know what them women was eating or doing at this place, but that woman's bathroom there was the worst. It was worse than any male bathroom I have ever been in my entire life. And it was consistently like that. It wasn't just like one day that happened. Nah, it was consistently some nasty, grotesque shit in that bath. It was so bad that what we would do was, we would trade off on our jobs, right? You know what I'm saying? One day you do the cubicles and somebody does the vacuuming, and then you trade off with the bathrooms, because no one wanted to do the bathrooms. So we would just trade off. We would, go around the table, and then we would, like, flip a coin, or, well, we didn't have a coin, but we would just pick who would do the women and who would do the men's. Now, every single day, the men's bathroom would be done first, and then you would still be cleaning the woman's bathroom. So the guy that cleans the men's bathroom would have to come over and help you clean the woman's bathroom, bro. That's how bad this bathroom was, and that was like on a daily basis. Like, I don't know what was going on there. I don't know if somebody was sick for the little time I was there, or what. But anyway, that was just so nasty, man. So let me jump back, man. I'm gonna jump on back to how I got to Sanford. All right. I was at Tyrell Prison Work Farm, and I told y'all about the riot and all that happened, and they called the SWAT team in, and then blah, 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 blah. Well, they shipped me. They put me on the bus the next day. I was on the bus going to a place called Dart Cherry, which is, if you're from North Carolina, you know what it is. It's a little 30-day rehab, and once you complete the 30-day rehab, you earn parole for the rest of your sentence. And then once you're done with your sentence, you're EOS. You're in the sentence, you're done. Well, me personally, I came in not through a street charge, but through a probation violation. So they brought 30 of us in there on the bus, and the first person you talk to is a parole officer. He sits y'all down in this room, and then the parole officer comes in there and says, hey, and starts explaining everything. This is what goes on here. This is how long it takes. This is blah, 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 blah. Are there any questions? And I raised my hand. I said, I got a question, bro. And he's like, go ahead. And I said, listen, I came in here off of probation. I said, now probation and parole are the same thing, right? They're in the same office, the same officers and everything. So I said, listen, if I move back to the same place that I was living at whenever I got locked up, am I going to get the same probation officer? He said, there's probably about a 99% chance that you will. I said, you know what, man? Sign me off and send me back to prison, man, because I'm not getting trapped off. If you take that 30 days, do that program, do that parole, and then say you get 2 weeks to the gate, right? 2 weeks to the end of your sentence, and you on parole, and you're out on the street, and you say you catch a charge, right? Or you don't even catch a charge. Say you just violate parole. Well, no, you got to catch a charge. Say you catch a charge, right, that carries, say, 90 days. Well, they're going to give you that 90 days. They're going to make you finish up to your sentence, first of all. Then you can start your 90 days. And then what they do is tack 6 months on to that for violating your parole. And I said, so you telling me that somebody with 2 weeks left can turn their sentence into a 9-month sentence? He said, well, in theory, yes. And I said, well, in theory, I would like to sign myself back to my prison bed where I was just at. And he said, really? Okay. All right. Is there anyone else in here that feels the same way? And 2 other dudes raised their hands. So there was 3 of us out of 30, about 30, that went back to prison and didn't even take the parole. And so I thought they was gonna send me back to Tyrell Prison Work Farm where I had been at, right? No. They had a new spot for me called Sanford Correctional Institution. And it was a godsend, let me tell you. Air conditioning. I mean, they had a nice ass barber shop, canteen open every day, 3 times a day. It was a level 1, so it was minimum security. It was laid back. There's trees on the yard. There was shade on the yard. And me, I'm an avid chess player. Like, I'm really good. I'm actually really good at chess. I'm one of the best people that I know at chess. And there was this one guy that was there that could consistently beat me. I would say he would beat me 80% of the time. 80-20. 20% I would win, and about 80% he would win. Now, he had been locked up for about 9 years, and that's what he did, was play chess. You know what I'm saying? So his game was on point. You know what I mean? And I'd only been locked up a year and some change, so my game wasn't quite up to his. But I knew how to play chess before I went to prison, and I've played chess for years. And anyway, he would consistently beat me. So I would always bug him, hey man, come on, play some chess with me, bro. Come play some chess with me. He's always trying to bet me. Put a soup on it. Put a soup on it. Because he ain't had nobody sending him nothing. So I would naturally, knowing that I'd probably lose the game, but I clicked every week. I clicked. Now, clicking means in North Carolina, you can get $40 worth of canteen a week. If you clicking, that means you're getting your card is clicking $40 on Friday. That's what it means, your card clicking. That means money's hitting your card on Friday for you to spend at the canteen. Well, I'm clicking $40 every week. So I knew I had it to spend, and I knew he didn't have nothing, but it was very likely he's gonna beat me anyway. So I would just bet him the suit without even caring about the suit. I just wanted to play the guy to learn his game, because his game was so tight. And then there, by the time I got to the end of my sentence, which was a little over 2 months left, by the time I got to the end of my sentence, it was probably 60-40. I had gotten better. I had gotten a lot better since I had started, and you could tell, you know, even he said it. It was a white dude about my age now. He was probably 37, 38 now. Back then, and this was in 2007. So he would tell me, yeah, man, your game's picking up, bro. You're getting better, man. You getting better. I was like, what? You know, you get better. You play people better than you. Like, I don't like to play people that are worse than me. You know what I'm saying? That are like totally bums, because then my game gets shattered. If they're a little worse than me, they can beat me every now and then. I'll play, because I can still learn something from them. But if I can just destroy you every game, I'm not gonna play you. So anyway, that was a perk, man. I ended up meeting that dude, and getting my chess game up, man, which I try to keep up to this day. I still play chess. I have the app on my phone. It's kind of hard to find real life opponents around my way, man. Not too many people in my little circle play chess, man. They're not the chess type folks. They're the gambling type folks. Matter of fact, last night they had the gambling table going on, and I'm gonna call here in a little bit and find out, you know, what the win, what the take was, and all that. Cause I got invited to the game, but I couldn't get over there, and I couldn't stay out that late, man, because I got to work today. So, but anyway, Sanford, like most of the time, all I did was play chess, stay in the air conditioning because it was hot summertime. This is early September, so it's still hot outside. And just play chess, man, play volleyball. And then they ended up having a basketball tournament. Now, I'm a tall, big guy, but I don't play basketball. And I watched the basketball tournament and ran a ticket on the basketball tournament. Ended up making out pretty good, me and this other dude. So that's how I got sent to Sanford. And like I said, it was laid back. Can't say nothing bad about it. It's the only camp I've ever been to that only had one little fence around it. It was a tall fence, maybe 8 feet tall or 10 feet tall fence with one row of Constantine wire around the top of it. But if you're standing in the volleyball court and you look right straight ahead at the volleyball net, on the other side of the fence, first of all, there's a road right in front of the place. Now, there's no bushes blocking it or nothing. You can see the traffic. You can see it's right in the middle of downtown. So you can see everything that's going on. And right directly across the street is a Scotchman store. So you're seeing people coming in and out of that Scotchman store all day long and wishing you could go in there and just buy a pack of cigarettes, man. Because, you know what I'm saying, like, you just want to go in and buy whatever. Back then, you could still smoke on camp, so I could buy cigarettes at the canteen, but I was just using cigarettes as an example. You just wanted to be able to go into the store and buy something, and just, you know what I mean, do something that a normal person would do, you know, and plus, not only that, man, we got to sit there. There was a bench where you could just look and just watch the store. And we'd sit there and watch the good-looking girls and catcalling and all that good stuff. You know how it is. You know how a bunch of inmates are going to do, man, when some fine women pull up to the gas pump up there. You know, and we're a football field away and there ain't nothing but a little fence. We can see you. We're going to be catcalling. We're going to be saying some shit to you, you know. So we would do that. And, but one thing that fucked the whole game up, it was right towards the end of my sentence, right? I would say it was my last 2 weeks in. This dude, I don't know, it was a black dude. He was had been on. This is what I heard. He always stayed on the phone. He didn't live in my building. He lived in another building. He always stayed on the phone. He always was talking to his girl and shit like that. And that's the thing, man. When you're in there doing time, you need to keep your mind in where you're at. You're in prison. Don't keep your mind out there in them streets, man. That's what's going to drive you crazy, man. That's what's going to make you be calling home 5, 6, 7 times a day, running up that phone bill, you know, and making yourself miserable. You're just making yourself miserable, man, by trying to live out there, trying to control what's going on out there. You know what I mean? Trying to control your lady and all of that. Once you get locked up, you got to say, hey, baby, you know, it's just on you. You got to take care of the kids. There's nothing I can do right now until this is over with. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to keep your head in the game, man. Keep your head where you're at, because you'll go crazy. And this dude did. He had less than 6 months left to go on his sentence. Had already been down. I heard of 4 years on a 5-year term. Was supposed to get out on 5 years. Was his minimum. And had 6 months left and jumped the fence. The man jumped the fence, took off running, jumped in the back of somebody's in the back of the bed of somebody's truck, wrapped up with a tarp, and got 3 miles down the street before they caught him. at a store. That truck pulled over to a store, and the cops had already quarantined the area, and they searched and they found him. So now he's got an escape charge. You can tack 5 extra years, plus you can put him in close custody, plus he's gonna get long-term hold. He's gonna get a shoe term. He's gonna get maximum security for 5 more years, just because of whatever happened with his old lady. Maybe she was cheating, who knows, but because he couldn't keep his mind in where he was at. And that's one of the most important things, man. You got to keep that mind straight, because that's the only thing you got in there that they can't take from you. They can take everything else. They can take your letters, they can take your pictures, they can take your mail, they can take your toilet paper, they can take your towel and your sheets, they can take your soap, they can take everything you got. They can take your barber, they can take everything that they give you, they can take away. But they can't take away this. They can't take away your mind, man. So you got to learn to keep that thing. Your mind is your strongest muscle, man. So you got to learn how to work that thing out and keep it in good tip-top shape. So anyway, man, that's my little story from Sanford prison. I'm gonna leave a little thumbnail. The thumbnail's gonna be me getting out, and it's me with my arms out, looking to my left, looking at that store that was across the street. And it was the first time I had seen something without a fence in between it, because anytime I get locked up, I'm not allowed to go outside the fence. Anywhere that there's a non-fence location, like OSDT, that place had a fence around it. So basically you were going from one prison to the prison bus to the next prison, but you just worked there. So, but because of my previous history, I have to be, I'm not allowed to be on like a community work program, or you know, picking up trash on the side of the road or anything like that. I'm just not allowed to. And so yeah, that's how I got to Sanford, man, and that's what really went down there. It wasn't a whole lot, man. I saw one fight, that was it. I was only there for about 2.5 months. I saw one fight. I didn't get in any fights. Never saw nobody stabbed up there. Like I said, it was real laid back camp, man. Everybody was just trying to do their time and go home, man. It was minimum security. Everybody was going home soon, and nobody wanted to get caught, you know, and get wrapped up and jammed up and have to do more time. So everybody was just minding their P's and Q's, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, that's my story for today, Sanford Prison. And I'm gonna leave the thumbnail up of me getting out. So I'm gonna leave it to y'all. I hope y'all have a good day. If I don't make a video tomorrow, I hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving and a blessed day. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, or don't. Matter of fact, hit the dislike button. Hit the dislike button and subscribe and see what happens. Maybe it'll screw the system up or something. And see what happens there. But so I'm gonna cut this one off now, man. So alright, man, respect to all of y'all, salute to all my homeboys. I'm gonna let this one roll.